Welcome.
We're the Freedom Habit. My name is Boyd. This is Michelle. We're going to go live here for a few. And what are we going to be talking about today, babe?
Today we're talking about is the LOA and manifestation biblical?
Right. Law of attraction, law of assumption, either one. I mean,
yeah, we're going to break down some Bible verses.
You know, there's a guy I know too who calls it the law of being because it really comes down to who we're being, and that's who we get back is who we're being. Our cat's meowing at us. What's up, Kiki? What's up, cutie?
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna chill for a minute, see if anybody shows up. Please let us know if you can hear us. If you could just give us a thumbs up or something, that would be great.
All right.
Yeah, it's amazing how many Bible verses. I really think the Bible is the book of manifestation. I think Jesus came to teach us that as much as anything, and not just even Jesus, even the Old Testament's filled with.
I agree.
With
I agree.
Law of attraction, law of assumption. Who you're being is what you'll get. You know, kind of in life, no matter what.
Yeah.
So we've been doing this for about 8 months now, and we'd like to thank to everybody who's subscribed. Got a little over 800 subscribers, which is awesome. Keep that happening. That'd be awesome. And yeah, and the likes and the views and all that stuff. It's awesome. Appreciate you.
I think more than anything, it's nice to find other people with like minds. You know.
Yes.
We don't have a lot of friends right now who are
aware of this, awake.
Yes. I was going to say in this community, but yeah. All right.
Yeah, and there's so many different techniques and methods and ways people teach you to manifest, whether it's scripting, vision boards, mind movies, visualization, meditation, affirmations. There's so many different things.
Journaling. Ask-formations.
Ask-formations. Yeah, I think those are kind of cool too. I like ask-formations because when you ask your mind, your prefrontal cortex actually goes and searches for an answer. So if you say, "Why am I so wealthy?" your mind will actually look for reasons why you're wealthy. Or why am I so in such great shape? I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
And it'll actually go in there and seek for answers, which is, it's good because it kind of sets your mind on a positive track.
Yeah.
And
kind of like the RAS when you see something.
Yeah, the reticular activating system. Yeah.
Oh man, I did not bring my coffee.
And that's the thing too, and I'm sure you guys heard this, but once you, okay, I'll just use, I bought a Pontiac Grand Am back in the 90s, and it was a blue Pontiac Grand Am. And after I bought that, all I saw was blue Pontiac Grand Ams, like on the road, everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever's brought into our awareness, whatever we think is most important, and whatever we have our mind set on, it kind of goes and seeks out those things and it tries to make us right. Our minds always try to make us right. That's why we're right sometimes about really bad things that we hope something won't happen, but we wish and hope so much that it don't happen that we make it happen
into us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Pretty crazy. If you got any questions for us, please ask, or if you get any comments, whatever, we'd be
Yep.
happy to answer, talk to you guys.
All right. You want to get started?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to give you a Bible verse.
Okay.
This one. All right. This is Mark 11:24. Jesus himself said, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours."
Can't get much more
No,
straightforward than
no, you
that.
can't. That's manifestation in its purest form.
Yeah, and in the churches I've gone to, I was raised. I don't want to rip on any certain religions or anything, but I was brought up as a Catholic, and then I went to non-denominational churches, but they all kind of, you really don't hear that verse much, and it's always asking God. It's not like, it's almost like pleading with God, please help us, please help us. When we should
Yeah.
just say it once and then believe and know that it's done.
Right?
And I know that's easier said than done, but I feel like we're taught to do that. We're taught to just, to almost like beg, like God's withholding things from us. When I really think he wants to bless us and give us the best life we possibly can have. I think God, the universe, source is always working in our favor. And I think as long as we believe that, it's true, because we kind of create our own realities by what we kind of set the law, set the rules, and then that's kind of how our life unfolds.
Yeah. Yeah, by what we focus on.
Yeah.
And you know what? I hope I'm not saying this wrong. Sunnius, wrote, yeah, he's saying act as if you already have it and it will have no choice but to come. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what they're telling us. All right. Romans 4:17. God calls into being things that were not. He literally speaks things into existence, and since we're made in his image, our words carry that same creative power.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people think about that either, but everything's energy, everything's created from energy, and sound waves are energy. And how did God supposedly bring the universe into existence? Speaking,
yeah.
which is energy, right? E equals MC squared.
Right.
He used it right there from the beginning. But yeah, back to what I'm sorry, I don't remember that person's name, but yeah, they're absolutely right. Just the 3D will get in our face and try to show us that what we're believing in isn't happening yet or whatever, and that's where I think we get caught up. As far as he was saying, or she was saying, about just believe. What? Read what they said again.
Said, yeah, he's saying act as if you already have it, and it will have no choice but to come.
Yeah, and that's absolutely true. And the hardest thing with that is our old egos, our old subconscious minds, all that stuff stored in there, tries to fight against that, and it will throw circumstances and situations at us,
right,
to see. Yeah, there's like kids behind us right now, and it's anyhow.
Well, we just don't want them on screen.
Well, yeah, I don't think we're supposed to have, like, you can't really see them.
So let's do another verse. Anyhow. Oh wait, you know what? I wanted to read this one. I hope I'm saying this right. Is it sunniness? 2 Corinthians 3:16. Do you not know you are the temple of God and that the Spirit of God dwells inside you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I feel like, there's places in the Bible, obviously, where it mentions that the Spirit of God is within us or lives within us, or the kingdom of heaven is within us. Right. But once again, I think a lot of people kind of feel, and the churches don't teach it strong enough, in my humble opinion. Sorry, I don't mean to rip on churches here, but I don't think they really teach us that God's actually in us, working for us and through us for well-being, financial well-being, like everything. He cares about everything in our life, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like that's overlooked, in that people think he's God's separate from us, like he's out there somewhere, like,
Right. Right.
you know. Like, I know in the Catholic Church, one of the things that they would say in every mass is, "Lord, I'm not worthy to receive you, but only say the word and I shall be healed." And I always thought, that's just, we are worthy to receive him. If we weren't, he wouldn't make us sons, and he calls us sons and daughters. He calls us friends. He calls us, God says a lot of good things about us too, you know, and I feel like sometimes that's overlooked in churches, or whatever.
Right. I don't remember. I mean, I remember learning these verses in church. I just don't remember them being talked about in this way. And I feel like since we've been going through this, since our eyes have opened up to this law of attraction,
Yeah.
law of assumption, manifestation, I feel like when I do read verses of the Bible now, I can see them with new eyes. Because when I read these years ago, I wasn't looking at them through the eyes of
Yeah.
manifestation. So I think it's really interesting now because I know that, a lot of Christians are concerned that manifesting isn't
Of God.
of God,
Yeah.
of God. So we just wanted to bring out some Bible verses to back up manifestation, the law of attraction.
You know, the other thing too, here's another Bible verse that you'll never, I don't know if I ever heard this one um in a church, but where in the Old Testament
Mhm.
it says that, did I not say that you are gods? That's God speaking to humans. And then Jesus repeats that in the New Testament, saying, "Didn't I say that all of you are gods?" So we're children of God, so we are like little gods. We're all fragments
Yeah, because
of
it's
the.
written in there with a little g.
Yeah, yes, we are. We're like fragments of God, and we have His power. All of us, each and every one of us, has that running through, that power of creation running through us. Although I do believe creation is pretty much, is not pretty much, is finished, and I think as we manifest things, it's more of a revelation as we line up with the frequency and get our uh, whatever, just get aligned right,
Right.
that things are revealed to us, that they're already there. And once again, like different timelines and stuff,
Yeah.
like once we match that timeline,
I had one here.
then those things are revealed to us.
I wanted to talk about that was about aligning with him. Let me think. Here we go. Psalms 37:4. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desire of your heart.
Yeah.
So it's talking about being aligned
Right.
with God and the
Right.
frequency
And the desire of your heart.
and the desire of your heart. Let's see. Here's another good one. Philippians 4:6-7.
Mhm.
Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God.
See, once again, gratitude.
Yep.
Emotions have a big part in revelation and manifesting.
Yeah.
I believe, although I don't think you have to walk around on cloud nine feeling all super duper happy all
No,
day
because
either.
we've all manifested things when we were unhappy.
Yes. Yeah, so I mean, I think that throws some people like, how am I supposed to be grateful when this is going on or when this? And you know, you can have some thankfulness, some gratefulness, and at the very least, you can have peace. Like make peace with it. You know, even if you're not loving what's happening at the moment, make peace with it and realize it's part of the plan. It's the it's the shortest distance to the next manifestation, or however you want to say it.
There you go.
So
That's good enough for me.
yeah. So yeah, I was also going to say where the Bible verse where he says, "Seek first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added on to you," which I believe is seeking, you know, the spirit within, because God does live within us, and as we seek that Christ consciousness of source within us, he adds on the things that we want, whether that's a relationship, whether it's more money, whether it's health. And I think that's what, and all these things will be added to you or added on to you.
Right.
And I don't even know what verse that is. I just thought of that. But I like that one.
I'll tell you. It's Matthew 6:33.
Why, thank you, ma'am.
That's how quickly I can Google. All right, here's a good one. James 1:6. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's the thing. When we go all in on this and really decide to, like, I want to change my life. I want things to be different. I want to be the best version of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be the person I was always meant to be. And we can't be tossed to and fro and have that, because
Yeah.
you know, you can't serve two masters, kind of a thing, right?
Right.
We can't.
Yeah, your faith is the anchor.
Yeah.
You know, and doubt is like resistance. It blocks the
Yes.
manifestation. And here comes our little geekers.
You got to take a look at her. She's a big, pretty one here. She's actually not big, but she is pretty.
She's little. She's little. She thinks she's little.
She's our little princess.
All right. Matthew 21, verse 22. If you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer.
Yeah. Yeah, and how about the knock and the door will be open, seek and you will find. There's the Bible just filled, overflowing with manifestation verses, teaching us also to think on things that are pure and lovely and of good report, to keep our minds onto things that bring us peace and pleasure and whatever, calmness.
Sorry, I'm answering a question.
Sure. Yeah, that's great.
Yes, there's a comment here. You don't get what you want. Wait, you don't get what you want. You don't get what you deserve. You get who and what you are. Yeah, we say that a lot.
Yeah, get who you're being. You're exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and man, do I wish I knew this. I found out about this when I was 61 years old. Would have been so nice to know this one when I was 21 years old. But I'm glad I found out. It's good to know now, you know.
All right, this is a really good verse.
But it's never too late for anybody. Okay, go ahead.
This is Ephesians 3:20. And it says, God is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power at work within us.
Right.
Within us.
Yeah.
So it's, that means our imagination is not random. It's not random.
No. And I'm going to quote, I do this almost every video, but Einstein said, our imaginations are more powerful than knowledge.
Yeah.
And that's true, because imagination is what creates things that aren't even in existence yet. And our imaginations are the, I don't even know how to say it. They kind of lead us down paths and to change things and to
create.
Yeah, I mean, think of the imagination people, like even Martin Luther King, the imagination he would have had to have to see a world that was different than the one he was living in.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But in his mind, he saw a world that can change, a world where it could be peaceful and fair and honest. And I just used him as an example, but
That's
there's
a great
there's a ton
example.
of examples. But yeah, it's people like that who are able to see beyond what's happening at the moment and go into their imagination and actually create what was in their imagination and bring it into reality.
Right.
Right? That's called manifestation, I believe.
Right. That's a tool God gave us so that he could partner with us, since he is within us and not just out there somewhere.
Yeah. And that's really wonderful to know too. Doesn't that just comfort you to know that God's in you? He's not out there, and you gotta hope he's on your side. He wants to heal us. He wants us to have wealth and abundance. Jesus said that I came that they might have life more abundantly, So I don't know. I just feel like we've taken religion, and that's exactly what it is it's turned into religiousness.
Yeah.
Instead of just a book of teachings that actually, it's kind of like the manual for life.
Yeah.
To a large degree.
Yeah.
I really do believe that. There's some things in the Bible I question. I'll be honest with that. I feel like some things contradict each other, but nevertheless, there is a ton of wonderful manifestation, techniques or thoughts, ideas, teachings, right? Call it what you want.
Miracles.
Yeah. Don't forget the miracles.
Yeah.
How about that? The lady too, who was hemorrhaging for years, and she just knew in her heart that if she just touched Jesus's cloak or garment or whatever, that she would be healed. And as soon as she did it, she was healed.
And he knew.
And he sensed it. He said, "Who touched me?" And then she was like kind of apologetic about it. And he was like, "No." He goes, "Your faith has made you well." Notice he said, "Your faith."
Mm-hmm.
Not so much that she touched him, but she made that law. See, she made up that rule in her mind. She came up with that thought
on her own.
On her own. If I touch him, I'll be healed. Did that have to happen that way? No, but see, that was her imagination. That was her idea, and it worked and that's another thing. I think if we think we need to manifest, if we think we need to meditate 3 times a day to manifest what we want, then we probably need to meditate 3 times a day.
It's what you believe.
That's what you believe.
That's your point.
Yeah, I'm just using an example, but yeah, I do. I believe it's whatever laws, whatever things you put in place are the things that you need to apply. And that's another thing, we can watch videos all day, but until we apply these things that we're learning and believing into our lives, nothing's going to change either.
Well, yeah. Using her as an example, She knew Jesus was coming into town. She heard
Right.
about it. She decided in her mind, if I can touch him,
Yeah.
I will be healed.
Yeah.
So she took action. She knew he was
Yeah.
coming. She didn't just go and listen and go, oh, I'm going to change my life.
Yeah.
She was like, you know what? I want to touch him and I will be healed.
Inspired action.
That's what she believed.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
So.
And we've been manifesting things our whole life. I know you guys probably know that too. And we manifest the negative just as much as we manifest the positive. And the thing is
now we're aware.
Now we're aware. We didn't know that. Man,
Ugh.
I lived most of my life not knowing about this. And in one of my videos, a recent one, I think 2 videos ago, I talk about how I did manifest meeting my wife here, who we're going to be married 21 years coming up here in a couple weeks. And I also manifested a certain amount of money, a substantial amount of money. And it took like 4 years for it to like come to fruition. But I know I've seen manifestation even before I knew what manifestation was.
Yeah.
I know I had lined myself right and
agree.
had some things come my way, like good things come my way.
Yes.
And I know I did a lot of bad things. And by that I mean just disbelief.
Well, by focusing on them before we knew about this, we
right.
Worrying about things, which is one thing I don't do like I used to. Because if you can't do anything about it, then all you're doing is drawing in that you're focusing on it and you're drawing it to you by continually thinking about it.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean that's how we were always manifesting, just by giving it our energy, even if it was worrying, being upset, complaining.
Yeah, and the first 8-10 years of our life actually is from 0 to 8 or something, that where we're just like an open book. We're like a recorder, tape recorder that never gets shut off. And everything that was ever said to us just goes into our subconscious mind and programs us. And then we take on these beliefs, and then our parents yell at us and tell us how we didn't do something right, and we feel like and not just our parents, just whatever, school, society in general. But yeah, and we're so programmed, but you don't really have much of a chance to change that until you're like maybe a teenager at best. Maybe in your 20s, you finally wake up and realize. I mean, at 20, I became a born again Christian because I really wanted to change my life. Mm-hmm. And
you think at that age you start to realize that you need to change?
Yeah. I knew there had to be more, and I'm quite frankly at the time too. I was drinking, I was smoking cigarettes, like 2 packs a day, and all that, and I was just miserable, kind of not happy. So I just turned that around and turned to God. So, what's the question? I saw
comment. Very true. We have to try to stay in the pure awareness, pure consciousness in the now, because the past and the future don't exist. If I asked you to show me your past, you can only show me your past in the now.
Yes. Yes, that's so true. Yeah, we can go back and dig up what we think happened, and I'm sure it's somewhat accurate, but is it 100% accurate? Some scientists now say we're lucky to get, when we're thinking back 20 years, we're lucky if 50% of what we're remembering is the truth. Now, I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but yeah, it's only now. That's all there is, and you're exactly right, and that's hard to wrap our heads around because time means so much here. You got to be at work at a certain time.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just football game starts at a certain time. Everything's time. And we can see the effects of aging. So time has an effect on our body and stuff. But you're right, though. It's just an illusion.
It is.
It's not a real factor. And so anyhow, good point. That's
Yeah.
all.
Thank you for
Thank you.
bringing that up.
What else you got,
All
kiddo?
right. What else? All right. This one's a good one. Job. Did I read this one? Job 22:28.
No, I don't think
You
so.
will declare a thing and it will be established for you. So it's talking about, that's like affirmations.
Yeah,
You will declare a thing and it will be established for you.
yeah.
So it's like speaking affirmations and life over yourself. It's so powerful.
Yeah. And I feel like I've used that. I'm going to just talk about me personally. I've used that against myself more than I've used it for myself
Oh.
in my life, I think, because like how many times have you seen something go
I see what
wrong
you're
and you're
saying.
like, damn it, I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
You
It
know?
always happens to me.
Yeah. Yeah. If it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all,
Yeah,
kind
I
of
used to
thing.
say that. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is. No, it isn't. It isn't what it is. It's actually so many. And the other thing too is we see 0.00325% or 35% of reality, which is less than 0.5%. That's just amazing to me.
Yeah.
And yet we base, well, what we were taught to, we're learning how not to now. But we were taught to like base all of our belief on this little slither of reality, which holds no power really, because the only power is within us to create in the now. Back to the now.
Now.
Yeah. Now. I'm sorry, my nose is like itching. I feel like I need a freaking allergy pill or something.
All right. Well, that's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we really appreciate the interaction.
Yes.
We're trying to get used to doing lives.
Yeah, I'm going to start doing these at least once a week, maybe twice. So
yeah,
maybe we'll get to one. I don't know.
We really appreciate it. And we just,
Yes.
Like I said, we wanted to talk about some Bible verses. And, for anyone any Christians or people that are worried that, the law of attraction manifestation isn't Christian.
It's not true.
Against God's law.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Yeah.
We've just read a bunch of scripture that literally talks about manifestation, affirmations.
Yeah. And it's okay to feel good about yourself. I know we think they pushed humility down our throats so much that we just think we're supposed to be self-deprecating, and like Bruce Lee said, even don't be self-deprecating because your body's always listening and it affects you.
It does.
It really does. So I think I don't know. I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, but I do believe we need to be okay with feeling good about ourselves, because I don't know. I was taught to kind of not. I was taught to kind of judge myself and not feel very great.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
I
get that. I get that.
So, all right. Remember, we are love. We are peace. We are eternal. We are infinite. We are God's children. So are you. So, thanks a lot.
Yep. Have a good day, evening,
wherever you're at. Yes.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Can you reach it?